Oxford leadership taps into the collective intelligence of the client. And that's the complete difference. Other consultancy firms outsource the problem solving to a group of experts, the consultants, who confer with some of the key stakeholders. At Oxford, we really enable the client to have those crucial conversations themselves. And for all HR-related consulting topics, that's what I believe the key success factor, because it is these conversations and the co-creation of the solution that is so crucial for change to happen fast and sustainable. And that's what Ole brings and is able to deliver in a high-powered environment with difficult, so to speak, characters at times, but certainly difficult and very challenging social situations. And other consultancies just cannot do that because while they have the brain, they don't have the heart to lead these conversations in a good way. Leading is an inside-out job. So look for your beauty inside so that you can create beauty outside in the world. And I believe that's what good business is. It is a place, a forum to create beauty in this world. And the money is a correlate that energizes the creation of beauty. I believe in truth. And it is so important that the hard truth is spoken at times so that the pain can be felt, the pain that lies, for example, in conflict. So I once worked with a very senior partner of Ole for 2 days with the top management team of a multi-billion corporation. And they had a very daunting task with 12 people working for 2 days on a workshop. And the task was to derive the design principles for a new organization, the organization of the future. I don't know what your experience is. Mine is when you have 12 people working together in a workshop, it isn't easy to have good conversations. It is particularly not easy if you have 12 strong characters who have partially conflicting agendas. And I saw these 12, it was only men in this case, having an amazing conversation with a very high mindfulness about what they say, a great consciousness about what they're saying, and really building on each other. I've never seen such a quality of conversation for A, a complex, and B, a power-related topic. And that quality of the conversation was because of the work that this senior partner had done with that team for 18 months. And I thought, wow, there's so much value delivered in this work because these people, after 2 days, they had the design principles and they had had a lot of crucial, truthful, and very appreciative conversations on the way. I've never seen that anywhere else. This has really inspired me. Because now I know it's not just in the textbook, it is reality if we do it. Businesses create beauty instead of waste, instead of disengagement, instead of pollution. They create beauty and they are places of mutual appreciation where the way people engage with each other feels loving. And loving not in a warm, fuzzy, we hug each other way. Love can and needs to include also conflict at times, but in an appreciative way. And in an organization that creates beauty and love, people work there because it's a platform for their own personal growth in life. This defining moment where my purpose became clear to me really was a series of moments that at some point amalgamated to one big insight. And that big insight is that courage makes me free. I've identified myself for a long, long time as being a quite fearful person. That's how I ended up in strategy consulting. So the work I did before I joined Olay, because I studied business, because I was too afraid to study what my passion was. I was very much afraid of making any mistakes once I had that career, because I wanted to advance. And that led me right on the path towards burnout. Didn't get that bad, but I was on that way. And I realized later that, hey, I was a penguin trying to run a marathon in the desert. It was just not my milieu. But it took me a long, long time because of some very personal stories that helped me or led to me identifying with being afraid. It took me a long, long time to say, no, I'm going to go freelance. And it was that moment when I took the courage saying, no, I'm a penguin, I should go into my water. And when I took that leap of faith into my water, that was the best thing, or one of the best things I've done in my life. So I really believe that true leadership comes from the inside and impacts the outside world, and that there has to be a clarity and cleanness and an in-syncness with who you really are. And when I allowed myself to get into the water that suits me, I could not only swim, but I also felt great about it. So I have a keen eye when I see people in leadership positions. Are they trying to run a marathon as a penguin in the desert, or are they actually swimming in their sea?